You can't really show everything that people do in Vegas on TV commercials, at least not back then.
You probably know the iconic line, "What happens here
stays here." The epic slogan has defined Vegas for a generation, and now it turns 20. It debuted on Super Bowl Sunday in 2003.
Unbelievable. So how does it strike a chord 20 years later, and how do we all still know this saying? We asked the guys who came up with it.
We need to know about your trip to Vegas.
From a hot night to a hot mess.
Is this about Vegas?
However you do Vegas is A-OK. That's what the ads say with the slogan we can't stop saying. What happens here stays here. But 20 years ago,
it was scary. No one immediately saw and said, "Oh my God, we gotta go make this." It was like, ooh, this is honest.
Meet Jeff and Jason, the guys behind it.
I feel like I'm meeting celebrities.
I'm usually humbled by it.
With my wife, she loves to say, "Jeff wrote that." I don't really, necessarily want that. It's a good conversation starter.
Back in 2003, two guys in their 20s in the advertising world got assigned a tall task for the small screen. Come up with an ad about Vegas and don't show drinks, slot machines, and partying.
You can't really show everything that people do in Vegas on TV commercials, at least not back then. I remember having a conversation with Jeff and I. How do we tell stories without showing them?
We were probably sitting around a table in an office, throwing ideas back and forth, and one of us said that and wrote it down. We kept coming back to it.
Started writing scripts about people talking about their night and what they did without showing it. That was just something that felt very authentic to us.
So when you see the aftermath of a night on the town in Vegas, you piece the story together in your head.
Back then, getting any Vegas ad on TV was an uphill battle. For the 2003 Super Bowl, the LVCVA settled for a pregame show. Former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman remembers it well.
We couldn't even pay a tremendous amount of money to have an ad without even gambling in it about Las Vegas during halftime. We went at each other pretty good.
It was a woman she was leaving her hotel and she was kind of dressed real sexy and sultry and gets into a limo. She gets out of the limo at the airport. She's now like prim and proper.
The imagery and slogan caught on quickly. Celebs like Leno repeated it and ads became iconic. In 2008, a movie called What Happens in Vegas got made.
Accept your pardon, you are welcome.
And from airport pardons to confession boxes on the Strip, tourism officials kept it going, or couldn't shake it. The latest reincarnation, What Happens Here, only happens here.
It's the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
I thought we would never get an NFL franchise. It looks how wrong they're our partner now.
It took some courage, for sure, and it paid off.
What do you want the takeaway to be today and maybe for the next 20 years?
A destination for that sort of state of mind. No rules for the next 36, 48 hours. I can have a blast.
I love this city. I love Las Vegas. I just hope that it remains like a sentiment that people feel when they go there.
Jeff and Jason have been catching up since our interview. They have not ruled out another professional reunion for another iconic campaign.